The No Fade channel, checking in. And today I am going to be comparing and dissecting plate trees and bar holders from three companies: Rep Fitness, Titan Fitness, and Yaheetech. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, you are in luck. There is a subscribe button down below. Go ahead, hit that button. On this series, I review a piece of home gym equipment to help you decide if it's right for your home gym. And hey, most importantly, if it's right for your hard-earned money. We know what time it is. It is 2020, the pandemic, and it is so hard to find home gym equipment. Frankly, the used market has gone bonkers. People are selling used stuff for more than if you bought it new. And the new market is ridiculous because their favorite three words are out of stock. So at the time that I'm shooting this, currently both Titan Fitness and Rep Fitness have their plate tree and bar holders out of stock. But I thought, let's pick up this Yaheetech Amazon budget version and see how it is going to compare. So we're going to do a quick financial comparison up front. Then I'm going to tear this thing open and put it together and see if it actually is better than the 3 out of 5 stars on Amazon. So let's quickly just go down the list. Rep Fitness has the same exact version in terms of design. I'm going to put photos of all three up around here so you can see that they, in terms of design, are all identical. Now, in terms of construction, that might not be true. Rep Fitness sells theirs for $100. It does not come with wheels. However, shipping, right? Shipping is brutal when it comes to weightlifting equipment. And that's one of the nice things about Titan Fitness is that the shipping is always free. They kind of work that into the cost. And that's one of the nice things about buying on Amazon is that shipping is free, at least usually. So even though Rep Fitness has this for $100, you're going to have to probably pay $50 to ship it, which means the total cost to you is $150. Titan Fitness, conversely, has the same design, except theirs has wheels if you're interested in moving things around, and that is $150. I'm going to put links to everything that I'm talking about in the description of this video, and that's $150. The nice thing about them is that it ships free, right? So you guys get the idea of where the money is worked in. So it's $150, but it comes with wheels, it ships free, and Amazon has a whole bunch of these Yaheetech ones that are range in price. They look almost identical on Amazon. They've got fake marketing photos that you can tell are just crudely photoshopped. Some of them are 3 out of 5 stars, and then some of them are like 4 out of 5 stars. None of them are 5 out of 5 or even 4.5 out of 5. And with a quick look, I can tell that they simply are selling the same item under like a slightly different name, but it looks exactly the same photos, same dimensions. Why do Amazon companies do that? And that is because of the star rating. It's so important to get a high star rating on Amazon to come up in the search engines. And what happens is if they start getting negative reviews, they actually create the same exact product again, and then they try to bolster it with fake reviews and whatnot. Overall, the complaints on this, we're going to find out if they're true, is that it necessarily doesn't hold as much weight as it claims, and it is not stable. The nice thing about buying on Amazon regarding anything you buy is that it's almost always backed by Amazon. Now, obviously, Rep Fitness, Titan Fitness, they do come with warranties, but you got to go through their customer service and all that stuff, which even though I have found them to be fairly good, it does take time, right? Amazon comes with a 30-day warranty. You call them up, they're just going to pick it up right off your front steps and send you a new one, or just give you your money back. So that's why initially I went with this. In terms of price, they do range in price. I was able to pick this up for $99, and then I had to pay tax, and they shipped it to me for free. Shipping was like 3 days, which again is another nice thing in today's 2020 home gym environment. Oftentimes, with regards to Titan Fitness and Rep Fitness, if it is in stock, it just says back ordered, so you're buying it in advance for it to be shipped like a month later, which isn't the end of the world, all things considered, but it can be frustrating when you've got a very messy home gym and you are looking to get a nice plate tree. So before I cut this thing open and we do the assembly and see how it actually handles, let's quickly talk about why you would want a plate tree and bar holder. If you have a home gym, we know that the largest issue with home gyms isn't money, okay? Especially in 2020, it's not money. It is Inventory, right, is probably number one. And the second thing with regards to your home gym is space. Space is so limited, and oftentimes we've got more space than we think, but everything is just absolutely cluttered. And you're stepping over stuff. Your workouts are taking longer than they need to because you're trying to like move stuff around. Now, I have in this home gym, I've got maybe like 350 pounds worth of plates if I put them all together, and I've got 3 bars. Now, I've got more than enough equipment for me to get the job done, but frankly, it's messy, and certain days I end up leaving it a mess, and it causes kind of problems the next day. So I thought, let's take up a little bit of floor space, but then hopefully save more space in the end. By taking up just a little bit of floor space, I can then get all of the plates I have, the bumper plates I have, and all of the bars, or at least 2 of the 3 bars, off the floor and in a nice organized environment. So, okay, enough jibber jabber. I got the dad Crocs on. I got the razor blade. Let's get to work. Wow, I don't know what your definition of a complete S show is, but this Yaheetech plate tree and bar holder comes pretty close to my definition. Okay, I'm going to go over all of the issues that I had with the installation and the problems with it. And if you're thinking of clicking away, I would stay till the end, because a lot of these issues are actually design issues, which I think you're going to experience with the Rep Fitness and the Titan Fitness ones, regardless of quality. So let's just quickly go over quality. This thing is as cheap as it comes. I mean, a lot of the metal is obviously super cheap, super thin, super tinny, even had rust inside from the get-go. Brand new, already had rust on it, had some chipped spots, and by no means would I consider it sturdy. Even the bolts that they gave look like the cheapest bolts you could find. Really chintzy, really horrible quality. Now listen, we paid $100. That's kind of what I expected. I mean, I'm an old timer. You don't get what you used to get for $100, but I certainly expected better. So one of the biggest issues on Amazon, and we know most of those reviews are fake, but one of the biggest issues, or at least trends with regards to this Yaheetech, was stability and balancing. I did try to, around the base, make sure that I tighten the bolts like in counterclockwise fashion. So essentially like just not tighten one all the way down so I could get this as level as I can. We're in New England. My basement is fairly level, but it's still slightly pitched. But regardless, you can see there's some serious wobble. Now, I think that is twofold. The 2 bolts holding up this entire main column, in terms of stability, super cheap. I mean, I can't say that enough, how cheap and frail they looked when I put them in. I am going to try to, once I get this into its final spot, assuming I keep it. I'm actually on the fence on whether I keep it or not. Assuming I keep this, once I get this into its final spot, I am actually going to try to retighten those bolts down in the middle. Really try to crank hard, because I think that is the biggest reason we're having so much give. The base legs, I don't know if they're in the screen, but the base legs don't seem to be moving very much. But the pads on either end of those base legs, again, they showed up crunched, crushed, cheap. Did I mention it was cheap? Okay, another issue that I had was with regards to installing these little post beams. There's actually no like hole in the middle to line it up. So you're really eyeballing where to put it, and you used my tape measure a little bit, and then you're cranking down on this bolt here, that you're really just kind of crushing the metal in to keep this bolt thing in place. And that is just a horrible design. And again, you're going to create points for rust. You're going to create issues going down the road years and years from now. That crushed point is only going to get loose, and there's going to be more wobble or wiggle. Another thing to mention, for those of you who love your hex bar, I love my hex bar, and I thought that I'd be able to actually store the hex bar in this slot. You can't. It is for straight bars only. So it is for your easy curl bar or your straight bar. No specialty bars are going to fit in this slot because there's not enough room. Also, to be a issue that I hadn't considered, but it is a relative one, is your basement height. Now, I took my 7-foot generic barbell, and it certainly would have fit, but in order to actually get it in, I was going to have to lift it up 6 inches to get it into the slot, and that's actually going to put a hole through the ceiling. So even though this would hold 2 bars for me, because I'm in my basement, it's only going to hold 1. And that is going to be an issue regardless of whichever plate tree you go with regards to whatever company you go with. I think it's going to be an issue overall. As far as holding the bumper plates, it held my Titan Fitness bumper plates no problem. I have super old one fit wonder plates that are like, man, 7 or 8 years old. They're like beyond cheap, and they had a little bit of difficulty. I don't think the dimensions on this bar are exactly even all the way through. As far as how many plates it will hold, as you can see, we've got, boom, 4 45-pound plates. I've got 4 25-pound plates. I've got 4 10-pound plates, and then 2 15-pound plates. And I've got an extra pair of 45s that I could have put on, I could have squeezed on, but just for the sake of this review, I didn't bother. So for me, that's actually more than enough weight, to be fair. I have more weight than I can lift, which is, for anyone's home gym is kind of where you want to be at. And there is still room for like an extra plate or two if I saw a deal or if I saw some Captain America plate that I wanted to pick up, but not much more room than that. So if you've got bumper plates, keep in mind you're going to be limited in how much space you can put on here. One other thing I would say is if you have steel plates, you're going to be able to put more plates on, but I don't necessarily know if I would want to, only because, I mean, this thing is not that steady, and if you had this thing racked up with all 45s, man, I think that little give that you're seeing now with all that extra weight would probably just destroy the 2 bolts that are holding this thing in place. So overall, is this thing a fail? Not completely, because it will hold the weight, and I have a feeling I can reduce and minimize some of that give. Obviously, I should be taking the 25s and putting them down here and bringing the 10s up here. That's going to help a little bit, and then tighten those bolts down, and then hopefully get it someplace against the wall that it's going to be out of sight, and the potential to knock into it is going to be minimal. Is it cheap? Yes. Will it eventually rust in my basement? Yes. Even with the humidifier on, I think this is eventually going to rust probably 5 or 6 years if we're being honest, because I keep the basement in fairly good condition with regards to airflow and dehumidifying it. But just the way that it showed up rusted already, I definitely think it's going to rust. And that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. When it does rust, you can just fix it. You can take it apart, spray paint it down, and give it like a $10 coat of paint, and you're good to go. Here's what I would say. If you are able to get Rep Fitness or Titan Fitness, I'm going to link those in the description. Probably go with them. I would imagine based on their reputation and based on their customer service, you're going to get just a better quality plate tree. If you're really in a pinch, you have to get something today, you can pick this up. It's going to get the job done, but just know that you might not even be getting your $100 worth. Overall, the main concerns you should be having with regards to whatever plate tree you get is capacity. I've got this thing almost at max capacity, so if you're one of those heavy hitters, those big dudes, those power lifters that just have plates and plates and plates, then this probably isn't going to be for you, because it's going to be above and beyond what you have for your home gym. Also, with regards to your barbells, if you've got a straight barbell, make sure that you have enough headroom, and if you have a hex bar, it ain't gonna work. Sorry, not sorry, I guess. So just keep that in mind, and hopefully you found this informative, man. Man, I'm hoping I can fix some of this wiggle, because I don't know if this is probably gonna be a safety issue if I can't. Hopefully you found this informative. Any questions you have? Any questions, drop them in the comments below. I always answer the questions as quick as I can, and I get to everyone that you drop in down there. If you have a question, rest assured someone else watching this video probably does as well, and we can get a good conversation going and hopefully keep people away from buying stuff that they're not going to need or not going to enjoy when they get it into their home gym. Overall, this was very informative to me, and as you might expect, when a company is selling something for $100 and has photoshopped marketing images, it's probably not that good. Hey, if you came this far in the video, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and as usual, thank you for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. The No Fate 24/7 channel may seem like a potpourri of review videos, but I simply cover my tricks, trips and tribulations as I help you be great parents to your kids and still accomplish your own personal goals.